Welcome to the Windy City Bender Podcast with your hosts, Nolly, Poetzy, and Jarom.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode coming your way of the Windy City Bender Podcast. Poetzy here, along with Nolly.
Hey.
And Jarom.
Hey.
How's it going, fellas?
Yeah, hi.
How you doing?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jarom?
going good.
I'm here.
Going good. Got family in town. I'm going on vacation all next week, so I'm excited. It's going to be good. It's a good day for boats.
Well, good for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're boys' weekend too. I mean,
Yeah, boy, that's part of my vacation.
Well, thanks for just lumping that in with your family vacation.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. My parents said that they would love to stay for a little while. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
Would you want them to stay with us and Tanner?
No. I highly advised against it. But my mom was like, "Oh my God, we should totally come in and say hello." And I was like, I have to
She
go
can't.
in. I have to go in first, make sure everybody's clothed.
If you come in, I mean,
It's not gonna be on a Saturday, right? Because you know what Saturday's for.
I mean, it's gonna be early enough in the day. It shouldn't be
I hope
too.
so.
It shouldn't be too.
Yeah.
When is that? Friday?
Friday.
Okay.
What part of Michigan are you gonna be in?
We are in Boyne Mountain, I believe.
No idea.
Yeah. Something like that. Or not Mountain. Boyne City.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know. We're in the UP though, so
No, you're not.
we're close to it.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
The UP is all the way around on the other side.
We're close to Canada.
That doesn't mean you're in the UP.
I mean,
Yeah,
Detroit's
well,
close to Canada.
Yeah, Detroit's literally across the river from Canada.
My mom said that we were close to the UP, so we're very close to Canada.
Yeah, if you.
I think the closest we were to was Kitchener.
What's the town again?
You're on Lake Michigan.
Shut up.
What's it called?
We looked it up.
Boyne Mountain, I think. Hang on.
Bowling Mountain.
Boyne.
Boing.
B-O-Y.
Boing.
Boyne City,
Oh.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Same
Boyne
thing,
City.
right? Yeah.
City, Michigan. Let's see maps.
I typed in B-O-Y to type in Boyne City, and the second thing that came up was Boys Town. So I'm gonna X out of
Yeah.
You're up there.
You're in Tanner territory.
Yeah, that's
You're definitely up there.
Yeah.
The UP's above Wisconsin. It's not even attached
The
to actual
okay,
Michigan.
It's across the lake, basically.
Guys, I already know I'm directionally ridiculous. Okay.
So you know the whole
I didn't even-
the whole thing with Michigan, Michigan people do the hand and
The mitten.
Yeah, the mitten. So
What?
the way people from Michigan, they'd say where they're from. They put their hand out like the mitten, and they can point to where they're from.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah. So
You've never seen that before?
I've never seen
Are
that
you
before.
kidding me?
So
Look at a
you're-
map, dude.
I've never seen that before.
So you're up here, and we're here.
No.
He's pointing
Okay, I
at
don't
his
know.
ring finger and then his thumb. Yes, watch this episode on YouTube, please.
So let's see.
Anywho.
Yeah, anyway. Got a good bit to talk about today. We're going to start with a couple stories that we forgot to tell you guys about the convention.
Forgot that.
No, we didn't.
Yep.
We recorded, then you guys went to the convention.
So we're going to recap the convention.
God, Poetz, you were just...
My offer is ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, and then you're holding another offer.
No, it's a Stella.
You're supposed to save that for the boys' weekend.
By the way, it's a solid 3
We're gonna-
hour drive. Just so you know.
That's not the right city. Because we looked it up the other day, and it's a 5-hour drive. We need to edit this hard.
No, we're not going to
this
edit
is-
anything.
This is fine.
No,
It's just bad for you.
Yeah.
we're going to talk about the convention, and Nomi went to the sports show today, and
National Sports Convention.
He met a legend at the sports convention. So we'll talk about that. Talk about Anismov and Kane talking about the Panarin trade, the similarities between Johnny Hockey and Austin Matthews.
Scandal.
They're scandalous.
They can't talk about anything.
Biggest air quotes around scandals.
talking about the big deal for Ryan Johansson and the Nashville Predators and how David Poile is an absolute GM genius.
God.
Then we're going to talk about Hockey Canada and round it out with some riding pines. So, Blackhawks Convention 2017, 10-year
10th anniversary, yep.
Did it live up to the hype?
5 legitimate Blackhawk players there.
Probably the worst convention of all time.
Very upsetting. And it's,
Yeah, try of all time.
It was... it was like they didn't even try to make it good. Pat Foley didn't MC a single one of those panels.
Patrick Kane was in one panel, and it was only for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's for the kids, but come on.
Right.
Be for the boys, too.
No Crawford, no Keith, no
Seabrook.
No.
It was only...
Bosa, obviously, no
Yeah.
Bosa, but, I mean...
Obviously, no Jarmelson. Got the steal of a lifetime, though, with a Jarmelson jersey.
Yes, he did.
Authentic Hawks Jarmelson jersey, $140.
Because everything Reebok is like
60% off, yeah.
and it's rising.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
80% off by next week. So get your Reebok stuff, folks.
So that was cool.
Yeah. It honest to God was mostly Rockford players and
Prospects.
And prospects.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, they had the prospect camp.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, which-
that same week.
They did that.
So I mean, yeah, it makes sense. But
But I mean,
you get knocked out the first round by the 16 seed Nashville Predators. Maybe you should do something for your fans that pay money to go to your convention.
Especially, I mean, from what I've heard, it's not cheap.
No.
It's not like...
Especially if you get a hotel.
Yeah.
exactly. You
Yeah.
get a room for all 3 days.
And it's impossible to get any big named player because you have to get scratch offs. And like you get a free scratch off for every pass that you have, and you get guaranteed 1 autograph if you get a hotel. But I mean, we got our free hotel one, and then we had 4 passes, and none of our passes hit. I know Poetzy and his brothers, neither of theirs hit.
so
so-
there were
You weren't even
stations.
guaranteed anything?
No.
No. There were stations that you can go to every day. There were stations
Yeah.
all around the hotel.
There were, I think there were 3 or 4
where
of them.
you could scan your pass and you could win something at each different station. And none of us won anything
Yeah.
out of these.
So
super
it was
passes.
like the
Up till-
Dragon Fest all over again for us.
Yeah, basically. Except I got to meet Pat Foley that day. So it just,
You could have met Pat Foley again and taken a picture with him, but you were
could've,
upset
but
still.
He was nowhere to be found. So
No, I mean they had a set sign like area, time.
I think you mentioned.
Yeah, him and you could take a picture with him and Ochek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but what I remember, you said you were still, you thought that he would remember you, and you were still upset about
Yes,
it.
I want to give him some time before I talk to Pat. I think that's essential.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up having a 200-yard restriction against him. So. But yeah, it was really upsetting. The convention.
And a lot of the fun is they have like a memorabilia area, and like even that was
It's weak.
weak.
The
Yeah.
very First, they have these tables lined up, kind of in a U, around the entire
The room.
hall.
Yeah.
And they've just got shit just lined up around the whole thing.
Oh, for the silent auction.
Yeah, the silent
Okay.
auction. And very first 2-3 tables were Nicholas
Yeah.
Chalmerson stuff.
Yeah.
All of it. was
Yeah.
Nicholas Chalmerson stuff.
Just getting rid of anything
then,
they can.
like 3 tables down were like Marion Host's gloves, his helmet, his stick, his skates, and like I'm sitting there going, does anybody want those gloves?
Maybe don't put your hand in there. Maybe
Or,
don't.
Like, did they wash them? Maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know if anybody's gonna want those Marion Host gloves. But there was a lot of Jalmerson, a lot of Panarin stuff on them.
The silent auction stuff's really cool.
That was really
They
cool.
used to have a locker room sale where they just had buckets of sticks and gloves and
pro shop
skates.
stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that,
it was
yeah.
sick because the sticks were like 120, gloves were 150. You can get pants or shells if you wanted, like
Yeah.
socks. Like it was cool, but they don't do that anymore. It's just a silent auction, like autograph game use stuff, which is still cool, but like it gets up there.
Right, yeah. Because I mean, at least with the locker room sale,
You
guys
know
can-
what
you
the
can
price
go in,
is.
You can at least maybe possibly get something where
Yeah.
the silent auction is.
Yeah, I got a pair of Hoblock gloves for 150. Like, yeah, it was sweet.
I think the most unfortunate thing though was it seems like the players don't even have fun anymore.
No.
Like this is now a job for them, and it's not even the players; it's the alumni as well. Your dad was in line for how long to get an autograph?
Well,
from, what's his face?
I can't think who it was. I don't know. He
was
seemed
an older
like
alumni guy.
he seemed like he was having fun with it though, because he was just talking to everybody, and it took forever. And like I understand my dad, like, because they're only supposed to sign for like an hour and a half, and my dad was in line for a long time.
Like 2 hours.
Yeah, and he didn't even get up there. He just said, "Fuck
he
it,
left.
I'm done."
Like this guy came up and like he sat kids on his lap and was like talking to the kids.
Which is cool, but it's like
It's cool,
at the
but
same
these kids are
time,
gonna
let's
be-
go,
like,
let's
these
go.
Kids are never gonna know who this
Right.
guy is.
Yeah, half of the people getting the autograph don't know who he is, you know, because they just want to get an autograph to say they got an autograph.
Right.
But
Right.
did come out with we met Alex DeBrincat.
Yes,
We did.
Yes, we did.
I personally got Sharp. We'll go back to it. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
So we all got to Brinket. Sharp. I got Sharp and Savard. I got Savard for my
You got
dad.
Savard?
Yeah.
On Sunday, I assume.
No, Saturday. He was at the. It was before you got there.
Oh, okay.
He was at that Comcast booth where all the
Gotcha.
memorabilia was
Oh,
at.
yeah, I remember that. Oh
Yeah,
my god!
so that
they
was
had
cool.
this Comcast booth where you. Could
Oh
spin
Jesus
a
Christ!
wheel.
No, the Plinko. It was Plinko.
Oh, it was spin the wheel a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It was Plinko this year, and if you got in the first slot, you got a free spin. If you got in the second slot, you got a
Fidget spinner.
If you got in the third slot, you got sunglasses. If you got in the fourth slot, you got
Tote bag.
tote bag, and then if you got in the fifth slot, you get
The middle.
Yeah,
to
the
win.
middle slot. You had the chance to win tickets, and then 6
It
and
was
10
backwards.
were yeah.
The same way.
So you got the tote bag, the fidget spinner,
Yeah.
and all that. I came out with 2 tote bags personally. My brother came out of there with 1 tote bag and sunglasses, which I stole and now have. You came out
I'm
with a tote bag.
so rattled about it. I drop it down the
Oh my
Planko
God, I
thing,
forgot this. Yes.
and it gets stuck. And the guy's just like, "Okay, cool, man. Like, push it whichever way you want." I was like, "Okay." So I push it towards the free tickets. It gets stuck again, and he's just like, "Wow, okay, I haven't seen that, but go ahead and push it again." So I push it again, and it goes in the fucking free tote bag. Why the fuck do I want that? And I just look at him, I go, "Oh fuck, I should have pushed it the other way." So I was pretty rattled
I've never
about
seen
that.
before. Like it just like it went ding 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 tonk.
Okay.
Like ding 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 tonk. And like we all just get a second like
I was like, so do I win the tickets for this or?
yeah. That was funny. So yes, Alex DeBrincat.
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
this story?
We were in line for DeBrincat.
It was me, my dad, Andrew, and his brother Trevor.
Yes. And we're all in line, and you and your dad have a great thing where you think of something to tell them before you get up there. So
Yeah,
you're not just like
You don't want to sound like
"Hi,
a stumbling idiot. So as soon as you get in line, you're like, okay, let's start thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned my
Something
lesson,
beforehand.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a vet. It ain't my first rodeo.
So we're all sitting there trying to figure out what we're gonna say, and your dad is first.
No, he was last
right.
at that
he was
point.
Last,
He was
and then
last
he was
at
like,
that
"Oh, I
point.
gotta go first. I gotta go first. I know something I want to say. I know what I want to say." So he gets ahead of Trevor, myself, Nolly. So it goes, Mr. Nolan, Nolly, me, and my brother. And he goes, "I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna ask, are you a two-way player?" And whatever he says, I'm gonna be like, well, "You fucking better be with Duncan Keith on the ice when he's making all this goddamn fucking passes."
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna rattle him about everything in front of everyone, and I'm just like, Dad, don't go in front of me then. Go fucking last. So the person behind you
Yes.
then he's rattled.
Yeah.
So Nolly and his dad get signatures on pucks. right?
Yeah, we got pucks. Yeah.
You guys got pucks, and Trevor and I got it on the passes. Mr. Nolan gets up there, and I couldn't hear it, but I could like read his lips saying, "Are you a two-way player?" And DeBrincat goes, "Yeah, I'd like to think so." And he goes, "Good, you fucking better be, because Duncan Keith just turns over the whole goddamn game."
Yeah, he's like, that guy sucks.
And DeBrincat, like you could just see him go,
As he's signing my puck. As he's signing my puck. Just fucking.
So it gets through Trevor and I, And we're looking at our passes, and we're like, oh, it looks pretty good. Mr. Nolan, how does yours look? Oh, it looks pretty good. And we go to Brian, and we're like, hey, Nolan, how does yours look?
Fucking garbage. Fucking just... It was a good signature. The middle just... Yeah.
It looked like the ink wore out a little bit, but it also
or he started like pulling away.
It kind of looked like DeBrincat also lost track of what he was doing for a second and was like, "What did that guy just say to me?"
Yeah, so
like,
so then when my dad asked like, "Oh, are you a two-way player?" He kind of laughed, like, "Oh, I like to think so, whatever." And then my dad says that, and then I'm trying to talk to him, and he literally won't even look up at me. He's just so rattled. And then Poetz walks up and goes, "Oh, you're missing your blonde tips." And he starts laughing again. And I'm just like, "You fucked me. You fucked me so hard." Like, everybody's having a great time right now besides me.
And it didn't help that every time, like, your dad would look at that puck, he was like, "Oh, Brian, he really did not give you a good thing."
Yeah.
Like, really just rubbing it in.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
Just
that was not
rough.
the only Kevin moment of the convention.
Yeah, we were in one of the panels. What was that?
It was the Second
City. Yes,
Yeah.
You're right. And
Second City on Friday.
yeah, Patrick Sharp was in the Second City, and so I don't remember what happened. No, they asked Sharpie.
Yeah, she was interviewing him.
Yeah, they were asking Sharpie like what like his goals are for the season. And dead silent, my dad goes, "Score 30 goals!" And everybody just starts cheering. And Sharp just goes, "Well, I was thinking more like 20 maybe." So that was hilarious. And then the next day I got his autograph. And everyone, like me and my dad are in line. I'm like, "So should I tell him that you're the guy that said 30 goals last night?" Or... And then I made him sign right next to the picture of Duncan Keith on my 2015 picture. Because I was like, you know what? You fucked his wife. You got to sign next to him.
Oh, my God. Totally forgot about it.
So that's great.
Did you bring up the 30 goal comment?
No, I didn't. No. He was literally like,
should've.
I know I should have. That would have been great. But I
I
don't know if you've seen the 2015 picture I got.
Yeah.
But he was like, I was trying to talk to him the whole time, and he was just staring at it, and I was like, I'm right here, like my eyes are up here. Yeah. And like he literally didn't say anything because he was just like staring at it, like just looking at it, like because he liked it. So
Yeah,
that was cool though.
How was he like interaction wise? Like, did he seem like pumped? Yes.
Oh
That's
yeah.
again.
He's so excited to be
When
here
he
right now.
in the Second City when he first came out, everybody gave him a standing ovation. He was fucking just jacked.
Yeah.
Like he was so happy.
They had to do like a role playing scene.
Yeah.
And he had to be Patrick Kane. She was like interviewing him as Patrick Kane. He was like, "Oh boy, my hair has to be like way back here then, doesn't it?" Like
They rip into each
right
other
back
so
into
much, dude.
the
It's
whole
great.
ripping of
Yeah.
it.
I wish Burrish was there. I wish he would have been out there with him. Like them two together are
It's
just
just amazing.
oh god, that's
Tell you
great.
what, John Scott was there. John Scott was having the time of his life.
Fucking MVP of the convention. Just
He
oh my
walks
god.
onto the stage at the Second City thing, and he's got a Coors Light in
And
his
just
hand,
starts
and
gassing it.
flops down and just starts going for it.
Yeah.
Great.
Everybody, he
Just-
literally walked in and everybody starts chanting MVP. Like that's when he started like chugging
Yeah.
his beer. He was having a blast and he was hilarious in the Second City.
Good for him. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
He's just having the time of his life. He wrote a book, by the way.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're turned into a movie.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually wanted to get it. It would have been pretty cool.
It would have been pretty cool, but also it was super expensive. What was it? It was like $40, wasn't
It
it?
was $40, but I mean, he was sitting there signing them for a while. So I mean, that would have been cool.
It was $40 otherwise, though.
No, I know, but like if you could have got it 40 and then got the autograph, that's why I didn't get it because
Yeah, that's
he
true.
left.
Yeah.
I can't imagine paying $40 for a book.
Would you pay $40 for a movie?
No.
What about your college books?
You paid like $400 for those.
Yeah.
I didn't
Those
know.
are-
All right, that's not.
I don't want to talk about college.
Real quick before we move on from the convention to the sports show, we tweeted at James Wisniewski and Eric Samborski. We tweeted at Samborski first because we were going through that
Silent auction.
that silent auction, and they changed it from Friday to Saturday. Obviously, everything had gotten sold on the first day, and the Samborski jersey was up for the silent auction, and
For those of you who don't know,
Yes, go
Samborski's
ahead.
the emergency call up that the Hawks had when they were in Philly.
in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Crawford had his emergency
Appendicitis.
and
Yes.
appendicitis.
So he came out and backed up for Darling, and then he did it again for Philly
For Philly.
twice.
No,
No.
just once.
I thought it was twice
No, the
because
other time was his equipment. The Flyers equipment manager.
Yeah.
oh okay,
They tried putting him on the ice. They both.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
no,
okay.
He actually was
were
on the
in
ice.
Tampa Bay for that one.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, so I mean, and he was in the CHA, right? So he went ACHA to the show.
Yeah.
Ferda. But yeah, so they had his jersey.
And the label on it was Eric Samborski / Craig Crawford red Blackhawks jersey. I was like, this poor kid can't even get
Just
the
give him the credit.
top billing
It's
for
his
himself
jersey.
right now.
Crawford
Yeah.
didn't wear it.
Yeah. I thought that was super funny, and then
It was-
tweeted it at him.
It
and
was up to $600 too, by the way. And I
unbelievable.
forget who, but there was somebody's game used jersey before that, and it was like one of the actual Blackhawks, and Samborski's was higher
Was
than
it-
that actual
wasn't it
Blackhawk.
TBR.
It might have been.
Yeah.
It might have been.
Um,
But I thought that was hilarious.
that was hysterical. And then we tweeted it at him, and he ended up retweeting it. And that tweet kind of blew up a little bit.
Definitely Samborski. If you
Some-
hear that, let's talk.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your jersey going
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
than
no kidding.
Yeah.
maybe TVRs, whoever it was, for $600 and you're getting no profit?
And then
Definitely. Let's talk. Let's
Yeah.
let's get you on the show.
And then the second tweet that we had was to James Wisniewski. There was this area downstairs where it's kind of like the game room area
For the kids.
for the kids.
For the kids.
They had this super cool. It was almost like bubble hockey, but it was like
Yeah.
it was legit ice on the I
Like
don't
bubble
know, the
hockey area,
surface.
basically. Yeah.
And it was like a little itty bitty rubber puck, and they were just shooting back and forth. It was like foosball.
It was like wooden sticks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Yeah.
awesome.
And they like, in between like people playing, they would like
Yeah, they would
scrape it,
spritz it with
and put some
water a
water
little
on
bit.
it.
Yeah,
It's fucking awesome.
It was
It was
crazy.
great.
Yeah.
I want one. Off topic.
We
Sorry.
didn't play.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
But it was
Because
fun
that
to
would've
look
gotten
at.
Dangerous, I think.
Oh yeah, I would have ripped
that would've
one.
gotten really dangerous.
Try to go bar down and
I would've
just
gotten hit in the
shoot
eye.
somebody in the
Yeah.
yeah.
100%.
Just I'm an asshole.
Yeah. So when you first
Thanks
walk
for
in,
agreeing.
they've got two structures coming up, and they've got like posters and stuff hanging on them. And in the middle of those two, they have a
It says
Blackhawks logo.
with the Hawks convention like
Yes, with
around
the Hawks
it. Yeah.
convention thing around the sign. And these girls were like, "Oh my God, we have to take a picture."
I think it was like Sod or Sharp or something like that.
Yeah, on the poster,
The
they
banner,
they
yeah.
went down there. And this girl's taking a picture, and she's just stomping all over the logo, just stomping all over this thing.
Bieberizing it.
Right.
Yeah.
And Nolly was like, "Oh, Wiz would be pissed," and I was like, "I'm taking a picture and I'm sending it to Wiz." So I sent it to him, and I was like, "Wiz, I'm pretty sure there's a rule being broken here. So where are you at?" And he just
We
like,
need,
didn't
your
reply
fists.
to it or anything, and I was like,
So Wiz,
"Yeah."
call us up too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's get on the
Call
show.
us
Let's
up.
talk about this.
Side note, I remember the convention after the whole Bieber thing came up when he was stepping on the logo. Somebody brought a like big picture
Bieber
face, Bieber face, and they had Tommy Hawk stepping on it, and it was hilarious.
I remember.
I don't
that.
remember
Yeah.
that at all.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing
That's
that.
They put
yeah.
it like the Hawks retweeted it or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but that was really funny. Also, we did in that little kids area. We went through the combine and we tore it up. I beat you in everything.
Not
by
only
the way.
did we tore it up, tear
Tear
it up.
Or-
My sister, unreal, blew everybody out of the water. This guy in front of her, like you did the long jump, the horizontal jump, and the vertical jump. She did the.
By the way, I was it like 0.3 away from beating Duncan Keith, who
Yeah.
holds the record in horizontal jump.
So the horizontal jump, you're supposed to jump your height, and like that's like where you should be at. Maddie, who was 5'3" or 4, jumped 6'4" or something like
Jesus.
that, and this poor guy before her jumped like 5'2", and I was like, "Oh, Maddie, you really shamed that guy." And then I had to go next. Oh no, you had to go next.
Yeah, I went
And then you went 7'1",
7'2",
foot.
and Keith went 7'3", who has like the record for
Yeah,
the Hawks.
yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah. It was actually pretty fun.
Yeah,
I had
and then
a
it
good
was like, there were 6 targets on a net. You had to hit them in 30
Yeah,
seconds,
yeah.
and then they did like hard shot.
Yeah, and then you
had a sauce into the mini
that
nets.
orange ball
Was
into
this
the
the
mini
sauce
net.
kit nuts?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
basically.
Oh my god, they had like a Bud Light lounge area, and they had the sauce game out, and people were just ripping them because they don't know how to sauce, and people were just getting hit in the legs, and there was a huge TV that almost got sniped. And then the next day we looked, and they only had like 2 nets set up instead of all 4, and it was against the wall, so you couldn't hit anybody. I was like, oh, that didn't end well, did it?
Yeah. I mean, we had fun at the convention.
Oh yeah,
It was not what it used
it's
to
not.
be.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like.
Oh, we also got Eager's autograph. My sister got Eager.
Oh yeah, you guys went
And-
downstairs like in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we literally went down at like 10:30 at night because we hadn't eaten. And I'm just like, let's just go to the convenience store. I'll get like a muffin or something like that. And my sister's like, okay, I'll just go with you. We go downstairs and the elevator opens. She starts walking to the convenience store and I'm just like, that's Garcillo and Eager right there. That's both of them right there. And I'm like, Kara, you love both of them. Let's go take a picture. She's like, what do I say? I don't want to do it. Like, no. We're taking a picture. Like, I don't care. Like, we're going.
Yeah.
There was this big life-size poster, and she hid behind it until she could figure out what she wanted to say. And she walked in there. I don't even remember what she said. What did she say?
She didn't say anything.
Oh, she didn't say.
I don't know.
Jesus, Kara, figure it out.
But yeah, so I made her.
Are you really room to talk?
Yeah.
Well, if I would have said
Nah, it's all right.
about
No.
You had time to think about what you were gonna say to Pat Foley.
No, I didn't. I was
the-
hyperventilating too much.
So was she. So. Anyway.
That would be Kara.
But yeah, so she got a picture with Garcillo that night, and then the next day she got another picture with Garcillo, and then she got Eager's autograph.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was cool.
That's cool.
And she didn't go up to Garcillo like when she took the picture. Was like, hey, do you remember? Like,
No, and when we got the picture in the front of the elevator, I was like, "Hey, Garcillo, would you mind taking a picture real quick?" And she just stood there, and I took the picture, and we walked away. That was it. And she was wearing his shirt, and I was like, "You could have said like, hey, I'm wearing your shirt. You're one of my favorite players." She said, "Oh my god, I should have said that." Yeah, you should have. That's the best though, catching the players like in the lobby and stuff.
Yeah.
John Scott was walking through the lobby, and I'm like, "Poetz, there's John Scott." He goes, "Where?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" It's like the tallest guy in this whole room. That's him.
Hey,
with the whole crowd around him.
Hey, I am colorblind. You don't do that to me.
Yeah, you're not height blind.
You don't know.
You think it was weird that there was a
That's like-
skyscraper walking through the
Yeah,
lobby?
fucking Sears Tower comes in, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, who's that?"
PLS Tower.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's like the best part of the Hawks convention though, like sitting up Saturday night, especially Saturday night, waiting for all the guys.
But
to
they
come
don't
in.
do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore.
They all got kids
they
and
don't-
stuff and
Patty
families.
Kane
not
probably
only
also
that,
ruined
but,
it
like-
for him.
Yeah. Well,
Well-
no, none of them stay at the hotel anymore. Really.
Yeah.
They used to. It was like mandatory that they stay at the hotel. Now I mean,
that
they all
was
have
it.
families and kids.
They
you know,
they
so
all
it's hard.
they all had like the top.
They had
two
a floor,
floors,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, and they had parties. out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
They
imagine.
partied herd. Yeah, that was.
We've all seen the Vancouver limo. I can only imagine.
John Madden.
Yeah, John Madden. But yeah, wasn't the same.
It wasn't the best, but it was still a good time.
It was still a good time.
It was still
but
worth it.
It doesn't seem like something that is gonna last very long.
You know what? Do you
You
feel
know?
like? I mean,
They need to do something to make it
Oh,
make
and-
people get into it.
I feel like
again.
there wasn't that much build up for it.
No.
Because
No,
I don't.
not
It
at
was
all.
just a
I remember
blowover.
thinking like how I was like, oh, you know what? I think I want to go to the convention this year.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about it until you guys brought up saying, oh yeah, we're going.
Well, they used
Yeah.
to completely deck out the Hilton too. I mean, it was decked out, but like they used to
Not
have
like
like
it
the
used
whole
to be.
the whole bar in the main lobby was just decked out.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't. There was nothing in there.
Yeah.
I mean, they had like the Hawks flag out front, and then the elevators, and that was about it.
Yeah. How was the sports convention
It was good.
today?
It was good.
Yeah.
Every other year in Rosemont, they have the National Sports Convention,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just all memorabilia, mostly cards, but memorabilia, and bring in just a bunch of random people to sign autographs, like just every sport. I think there's like a couple like female soccer players, a ton of football, basketball, baseball, hockey.
Yeah.
Brett Hall, Ronick, Chelios, Belfour, Bobby, Guy Lafleur. There's a couple other
They're all
non-Blackhawks. Yeah, there's a couple non-Blackhawks that were there,
Yeah.
like old-time guys. So, but
Were there any new guys that like?
no, there
guys?
weren't.
No?
I was
didn't-
expecting.
I didn't.
I got
think so.
Campbell before. He was there before
Yeah.
a couple years ago, but sometimes they have. My dad and I have gotten Hossa and Sharp and Sod and Shaw, Letty, Crawford have all been there
What about
before.
Gator Taves?
I don't want to talk about it. You got a straight shot to your dick right now. I got a straight shot. But yeah, we ended up getting. My dad got Guy Lafleur because he's collecting 500 goal scorers on sticks. So we got Guy Lafleur. It's really cool. Really nice guy. Does
he try hard and love the game?
He definitely tries hard, and I would say he loves the game. So yeah,
Good.
I mean he's he's a French Canadian, so
Yeah.
you know how they are. Yeah, but yeah, they were talking about the old Chicago Stadium and how cool that was, and yeah, fucking monstrous hands and forearms,
'Cause if
just
you didn't-
absolute beast.
If you didn't have that in the old days, you're dead.
Oh
yeah, you gotta fucking
Oh.
chuck knucks.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready. Still had a decent head of hair on him too.
Meanwhile, in like intermissions, you smoke a dart.
Oh, or rip, just gas a beer.
Yeah.
You're doing one or the other.
Uh-huh.
Good old days.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, decent head of hair on him still,
Good
which
for
was
him.
cool. Yeah, good to
for
see. One of the booths there, I was talking to the guy. He hooked up with the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's from Pittsburgh, and he had a bunch of game used stuff every year. At the end of the year, like the Penguins let him go through and just grab any, like they throw out a bunch of game used stuff, and he can grab whatever he wants. And he said he was just basically always like, "I'll take it all. It's fine."
Kind of like Jonathan Taves in 24/7, where he like pulls that rack of sticks. Out
Yes.
and is like, these are garbage. I can't score with these.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm poor.
Yeah.
Gives me.
I'll take those and
Yeah.
learn how to play lefty. It's fine.
I don't
It's
care.
fine.
Yeah.
If I don't have to buy another stick, it's great. But yeah, he had a bunch of game used sticks that were autographed, just from random players too, like Taze Kane, Crawford, Ovechkin, Malkin, Crosby. He had a bunch of Crosby blades from when he used to use a 2-piece, which was cool. My dad bought one. It was only $10. It was crazy.
It blows my mind. I didn't think NHLers used
Yeah.
2 pieces.
Oh yeah,
As early.
Kovalev used 2 pieces too.
But I'm
Until
saying,
until he retired, he
How did
used 2
that
pieces.
stick stay intact
I don't know.
with the torque that he's got on that thing?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. But yeah, so that was cool. And then I got to touch the man, the myth, the legend, the Holy Mackinac game used jersey.
how
Unbelievable.
did it feel?
It felt like it should have been on me. It definitely felt like it should have been on me.
Do you yourself feel different? I'm sorry. Do you yourself?
These are ready to go for sure.
You sent us the snap of it, and what I said to you, I was like, that was the first thing I thought of. Like, he's gonna play so good in Beer League this week. Like,
I've been drinking a lot of beers and eating a lot of hot dogs since that moment.
Yeah.
So
Good. I said, do you yourself feel different? I should have said, do you yourself feel different?
yep, I definitely feel.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
I feel Kesselified.
I can't believe that guy gets all that shit from.
Yeah, I
the
know.
Penguins locker.
It was cool.
I
he was a
wanna know-
really cool guy too.
I want to know what portion of that goes to the Pittsburgh Penguins, or if he just buys it, like he just writes a check, like and signs it and goes, "Here, you put whatever dollar amount you guys want."
I don't know how much he pays for all that because he had he had literally every player,
Yeah.
and it.
And if he wants to make a profit off of it,
Oh yeah, he's got to up market for sure.
really
how
up
much
the
was he
ante.
charging for the Kessel jersey?
The Kessel jersey was $4,000, and it was from the playoffs, and it had a patch on the bottom, and it said Stanley Cup playoffs, and it had the first 3 rounds on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was from the 3rd round, like he wore it in one of the games in the 3rd round.
Well, obviously,
He had
Hatchet was not in the final.
right. He had it had the 50-year patch on it though.
Yeah,
So
I meant the final.
no, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was cool that it had
Yeah.
the 50-year. There was a Malkin one right next to it, and I think that was like 7,000. I didn't look at when that was from though. But I mean, he had like the lesser name guys for like $300. So I mean, game used jersey for $300. That's legit. Like that's good.
really
A
cool.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
He had Crosby's Stadium Series jersey from this year for $16,000, which is like ridiculously priced. But if you think about it, that's the one and only jersey he wore in that
Right.
game.
Which I think is funny that Crosby was like, "Here, just take this," because the players
They don't give a shit.
care
Yeah, they
about
don't give a shit
outdoor
about it
games.
anymore.
They don't care anymore, especially if you've been in 4 of them
Yeah,
already.
like
Do you think
the
that
Penguins
probably after,
and
like,
the
third
Hawks.
game, he's like, "Oh, I'm keeping this on the frame," but then
Yeah.
he's like,
You know he's not giving that one against Buffalo.
well,
away.
Yeah,
He's
no,
keeping that one.
he's
Yeah,
for sure
sure.
keeping that one. Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, well, I mean, I could frame it, and hang it up with the others, but
yeah. I mean, unless like they wore different jerseys in warm-ups, and then they sold the warm-up jerseys, and then they had backup jerseys for the actual game, maybe. And then they were like, okay, you can keep the game jerseys, but these are the warm-up jerseys. But I
That's
don't know.
true.
But I don't know. You know,
I couldn't see that though
That's
being
true.
the case either."
yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
You also said something about a chip being inserted.
Yeah, so I was
that
talking
in the Winter
to.
Classic jersey as well, or I'm sorry, the Stadium Series.
It's in all of them.
All of them.
So
So then you'd be able to know from that. Then
yeah, I guess so. But I don't know how you would check that. You know.
I guess he would have.
If
to tell
there
you
is
how.
one in there,
Yeah.
I mean,
No, but I mean, like, I don't know how you'd go about like checking the actual chip. So what we're talking about,
Yeah.
the guy, I believe it was his dad. Me and my dad went back to look at the jerseys, and he was talking about, he's like, since he started buying all these jerseys and selling them, he's like learning through that. He learned that there's actual above game used sticks, or game used jerseys, there's actual microchips in the jersey right above the fight strap. And before they go on the ice, they scan them. And then once the game's over, they scan them. And it keeps track of who played that game, what game it was, what date it was, and like just to prove that it was a
Right.
game used jersey in that day.
That has to be such a nuisance for the players, though.
It was literally like a nickel
No, I mean,
size. And I mean, before, it's probably not even like before they get on the ice. It's probably as they put it in their
okay.
stall, they scan it, you know?
Okay, I was thinking like they're literally like they're out there getting ready for warm-ups and they're just like,
No, because
excuse me, Mr. Gensel,
I kinda-
can you turn around
yeah.
real quick? I have
or
to
it's like,
scan
or
the back.
I kinda
or
thought
it's like
that-
they're walking through and they probably like have enough range where they can probably just as they're walking by.
they might, but like every
it
time
off.
I see like some video of like them going on the ice, there's nobody
Nobody
around.
there.
So I'm assuming
than
it's like they
playing
hang the
that.
jersey up on the stall and they scan it real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah. So I had no idea about that. So that was
I
really
had
cool
no
to find
idea.
out.
Yeah, super cool.
Oh, this is not the same thing at all. I was looking up to see if I find anything online about it. There's an article that, so this is in 2011, I think. Yeah, just 2011. Tampa Bay had a replica team jersey equipped with a radio frequency chip enabled in the jersey,
Was
in
that-
the sleeve.
Was Mr. Reyes talking to them or what was going on
That,
there?
that fans can scan at stadium stores and receive discounts and on refreshments and team merchandise. So that's completely different. Okay.
That chip though would be very very cool to have if you're like a statistician, and you could
You can
like,
pull up the stats from that
right,
game or
yeah.
something.
You could pull up the stats. You could see their time on ice. You could see, you know, how many shots they had that game.
Or
how
no,
many shifts they
it would
had
be
that
more,
game.
yeah, it'd be like shifts, time on ice. You can probably see how hard they go.
Well, I mean, you can look up
average
the
shift.
actual stats from that game like online and just
Oh,
pull it up and
oh, gotcha.
like put it next to the jersey. That'd be
Right.
really cool. Yeah.
That would be.
I
really,
thought it'd be
really
more of
cool.
like a way to track stats better, so you get more.
Well, that was
in-depth
what I was
with-
getting at,
yeah.
but that's also a great idea
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Did you see anything else cool at the sports?
Honestly, it's so big it takes forever to walk
Yeah.
through, but
Anything your dad would like to have?
I'm trying to think. Oh, actually, I don't think I told you guys about this one. There is an artist there, and he does paintings in 3D,
What?
and it's literally just contrast colors. Like the backgrounds are like blues, and then the players are in like a outline blue and then orange and yellows, and you put 3D glasses on and it just pops out at you. They're awesome. My dad actually bought two not the actual canvas, but like the I can't think of what it
The
is.
prints.
Yeah, the prints. Thank you. He bought two of the prints, and like the guy gave you 3D glasses with him. So
What did he get?
there's a Taze and a Kane one.
Oh, okay.
So they're really awesome. So next time you guys come over, you got to see them.
Yeah.
Definitely
But they're
check that
so
out.
cool because we were talking to the guy too, and he was just saying how he seen other artists do like 3D art like that, and he said his art was kind of in that direction, but the other people that were doing 3D art weren't doing sports,
Yeah.
so he just started doing sports because that's what he liked to paint,
Right. Yeah.
and it's just snowballing.
See, like what? It's
It was
simple.
Yeah, and it was awesome too
simple.
because all of the actual canvas ones, like the originals,
Yeah.
like were autographed in like a gold on the blue, and the signature would pop out at you too.
Damn.
And I asked him, I was like, so I mean, like, do these players like love this? Because like these are sweet.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like a lot of the players like actually come to my booth when they're done signing and buy like one of the canvases from me and stuff. And he said, fuck, I forget who it was. I want to say Ryan Sandberg came after he was signing, came and took a picture with it, and Ryan Sandberg posted on his like Instagram, I think, or something like that. Like it was one of those
That's
guys,
awesome,
but yeah.
How
Yeah,
much?
so-
Do you know how much the canvases were going for?
They were like, I forget how much they were, but he said that they were on sale for the show for like 1,000.
Oh, Jesus.
So I mean, if you think about it, like
Still my heart.
it's an artist painting, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be more like
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
expect it to be that high, but then I was
Yeah.
like, it's an actual like artist painting, so
Well, and
it's
not
gonna
only
be
that,
that
but
high.
it's something that nobody else is ever going
No,
to have. A
no,
3D.
and I guarantee you, when you go get that signed, it's gonna be like the player's gonna love it.
God, yeah.
So he said he works for like with the Hawks, I guess, but he had the Tays and Kane ones, and he got them signed obviously, but he didn't personally get them signed. He gave them to the Hawks, and the Hawks got them signed for him. So he would leave like post-its like, please sign here, you know. And he said every time he got every Tays one, he signs it perfectly, like right where he wants it. Every Kane one, Kane signs it wherever the fuck he wants.
What a dick.
Yep.
That goes back to my story
Yeah.
with the whole sign over the Taves autograph. Oh.
Yeah. So
See? Fuck that guy.
yeah. But then I was saying like,
I still got to love him.
well,
You can
the
love
girls
him
in
on the
Buffalo do.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. Speaking of the man, the myth, the Kaner.
The cabbie.
The cabbie. He and Anisimov did an interview. I think it was at the convention, and they talked about how they were disappointed in the Artemi Panarin trade, which is interesting to see a player voices displeasure like that. Not just one, but two of them.
Well, I feel like if anybody's going to, it's going to be those two guys. One, Anisimov, because they're Russian buddies, you know, and then especially since Panarin couldn't speak any Russian, so they had to be next to each other all the time.
English.
Yeah.
Or yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah, that'd be fucked if he couldn't speak Russian.
He's just a mute.
Yeah. And then Kaner, because
He's been.
they work
dying-
magic
Let's
together.
be honest.
Yeah.
Without Panarin, he doesn't get that 100-point season.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
He
yeah.
doesn't.
I
he doesn't
mean,
get that
yeah,
trophy.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
Kane's
yeah.
been looking his whole career. He was looking for that line mate and that
was
center, and he finally had both.
So Nick Schmaltz.
Yeah, but,
is in your favor.
But how many cups did they win with those two?
I never said he wanted for.
It just
you know,
shows
team
that-
wins. I'm saying individual.
It just shows that
I mean,
we
'cause
need
there was-
we need to
there-
keep guys with with Taves,
Yeah, there
and
was
then
reports that
anybody can be with Kane.
Before we got Panarin, that Kane was getting frustrated because he believed that he should have won a Hart, he should have won Richard, Ross, all that. He felt he should have won that, and he felt that the Hawks were preventing him from doing that by not having a line mate.
Maybe he
Hey,
should
bud.
have broke his collarbone then.
Yeah, maybe go harder in the offseason and stop
Partying it up.
doing things you shouldn't be.
Let's give credit where credit's due. He's gone hard the past couple off seasons.
Yeah.
He's turned it around. I mean, he's no longer.
Because he's had early exit in the playoffs and plenty of time to work out.
Well, yeah, not only that, but like I think he's had enough of
Is
the
it-
off ice
but is it
drama for
one-
Is it
for one
when-
career.
Was it last offseason or before that? Oh no, actually they won the cup. Was when all that
Right.
shit went down. Okay.
Right, because he was supposed to be on the NHL cover.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But so Kane said I'd be lying to you if I was sitting up here and saying I was disappointed when it first went down. No doubt about it. Artemi is a great kid, someone I got along with really well off the ice and had chemistry with on the ice. It was just fun to play with him every night, and I'll miss him for sure. And then Anisimov, I was shocked actually. It's hard to see my close friend go to my old team, but on the ice when we play each other, I'm gonna try to hit him and do whatever it takes to win the game. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Here's what needs to happen. Anisimov needs to score against Columbus and then
And
turn around.
snipe,
Right.
yeah.
Oh my
Snipe Panarin
God,
on the bench.
that's a
Oh,
well,
God.
game suspension well worth it.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. Are
Oh
you
my
kidding me?
God.
That'd be great.
That
But
would be outstanding.
so when this trade happened, there was reports that Tays and Kane went to Bowman and said that they wanted Saad back. Do you think
I want to know if this happened before or after the whole Hossa thing went down.
what they asked about Saad.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Because if Hossa doesn't go down, we don't really need Saad.
no.
We don't need that type.
We don't, but at the same time, we kind of do because
But it would
Saad
it
and
would not be
Taves.
worth giving up Artemi Panarin for. Is what I'm
If you
saying.
had
It would be a different trade, I think.
I don't know.
So I
I
guess
don't
what I'm
know.
trying to say though too is, do you think Kane? If this, we don't know. This is what we read in the media. We don't know if this has anything truth.
This is
behind
our
it.
timeline.
Yeah. So we don't know the timeline, all that other truth. Do you think if Kane made that request, do you think he had any idea that it was going to cost him his line mate?
From the way it's sounding, no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think,
But honestly, what else did they do?
yeah.
Send
I mean-
Seabrook over there? And be down another defenseman?
Unless you get a defenseman in return, then.
Or you send Seabrook and find a way to keep Jalmerson?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that would have been so much better. Oh.
That would have been a lot better.
Yeah, that would have been neat.
But who knows? Maybe they offered something like that, and Columbus was like, he's too old. He's
Who's
too
going to
slow.
want a 32-year-old defenseman?
Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, you got
$8 million.
you got Seth Jones, man,
They got Seth Jones. They've got who's the guy? His parents still owe his money.
Johnson,
Yes,
Captain
Jack
America.
Johnson.
and Warensky.
Zach. Oh, I forgot about Zach.
Oh.
They
I
have
watched
a
the
good
video the
decor
other day.
already.
Again, of him getting smoked in the
6
face,
Yeah.
and then the slow mo of just the blood pouring.
Yeah,
That guy is a monster.
and
I
he
love
came
him
back
so
and played the
much.
rest of that game.
He
Yeah.
came back for a little bit.
No,
Oh no, he didn't go back for overtime.
Yeah, he didn't go back for
He
didn't go back
overtime
for
because
overtime.
And then he left.
And then he
again.
couldn't play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because his eyes was swollen.
it
shut.
closed. Yeah.
I just love that the guy that made the shirt really fucking quick. If it was just his face,
Within
he
2
made-
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he made one for him,
Yeah.
and they got together and they took a picture of them both wearing that shirt.
Oh really? I
Yeah.
didn't see that. I just
my
seen
God.
him at the
It
rink.
was.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it.
That's
It's
great.
Amazing.
I follow him on Instagram, Warensky, and his face is still a little messed up.
Oh, it's gonna.
It's gonna take a
Like,
long
his
time.
eye is still a little
That was like
wickety wacky.
Ben Lovejoy when he got smoked in the eye and they went on the airplane and it just exploded from all the pressure.
What is the name? I forgot who it was. Is it some dude who kept breaking his nose. getting
Ian
fixed.
LaPierre?
Yes. He just kept breaking his nose, and that.
He took a clapper
he's
to the
"You know what?
nose.
I'm done. I'm just gonna let it be, and then when I'm
Yeah.
done playing, then I'll take.
Then
care
I'll
of
get
it."
surgery.
Ian
Yeah.
LaPierre.
Absolute
I remember that. It was
legend.
against New Jersey. He
Laid out.
Had no just reckless abandon, going straight just face first into that.
Just doing
shot.
anything he
Got
can to win a
smoked.
cup
Yeah.
and just get
It was
smoked.
it was goon. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Putting your face down on the goal line trying to stop a goal.
Yeah.
Columbus almost has $13 million in cap space. That is stupid. Sorry.
And they have Bob.
Yeah, they
So
have
that's kinda
Bob, and
cool.
They have
Everybody we've been
Panarin,
talking
they
about.
have
They have
Werenski,
Panarin
and
now.
They have Jones, and they have
Panarin, who is wearing number 9 because we forgot about Bob.
Bob has
yesterday. We were
72.
trying to figure out-
Tynan and the Broadhurst brothers.
No, he doesn't. No, TJ Tynan
Tynan
went to
Golden
Vegas.
Knight.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out the other day who was 72 and
They were like,
why
can't
Panarin was
72?
9.
Yes.
And then Bob popped up on NHL and we were like, oh.
That would've been so
Because
sad.
who the fuck is going to be a goalie and be
Uh-huh.
72?
It was funny on Twitter. Somebody had tweeted at Panarin.
Mhm.
He had announced that his jersey number was going to be 9.
Nine.
Yeah.
It was going to be 9, and somebody had tweeted at him.
Typical.
I'm buying your jersey right now for me and my daughter. Is this for sure going to be your jersey number? And he tweets back saying,
Get the fuck out of here. That's great. No, that's Foligno.
No, I
isn't
know.
it?
Yeah, I looked at it's blue, but still him rocking the shirt.
Yeah.
They're both wearing it.
Oh,
That's, great.
hilarious. And Artemi Panarin responded to this woman saying, hold on, let me get my own first.
Yeah.
Hold on,
That was
let me
great.
get my own.
He's a gem
He is.
on
He's
Twitter,
great
man.
on Twitter.
Like, oh,
What's for dinner tonight? Like right before Game 4, Predators.
Predators.
How'd
What?
that go? Yeah,
And that's why he got traded.
yeah, probably.
And that's why he's in Columbus, who's never won a playoff series.
Oh.
So yeah, it's fun to speculate. The Anisimov Kane, or not Anisimov Kane, but Kane at Taves that meeting with Bowman.
Because remember, we don't truly know.
Yeah,
Because it's
well-
always it's hearsay and.
Yeah. Let's move on here to a different subject. Johnny Hockey, Jonathan Gaudreau.
Absolute legend.
Absolute
first off,
legend.
He's everywhere right now.
Yes, he's killing
perfect.
it right now.
He's literally awesome.
He was on
Fucking
Spittin' Chicklets a couple weeks ago.
He was on
and
that.
Retweeted by Barstool.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was at that on the bench. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the the
Giving out
counter
the
guy.
skates or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he showed him the most trust in the world, letting the guy
Tee off of his
tee off.
nutsack.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's fucking just doing America well.
Yeah. He came out, what was it, this week or last week?
I think it was
Last week?
Wednesday.
And he said how much he would enjoy playing for his hometown team.
Philadelphia Flyers.
And,
Calgary went up in flames. Nailed it.
Oh,
Nailed it.
I love it.
Absolutely
Thank you.
killed it.
Thank you. Calgary went up in flames. The fan base lost their shit. Absolutely lost it. Just because Johnny Hockey said, at some point in my career, I would love to play.
because God forbid, forget the fact that he just signed a 6-year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Probably a no
who
move
doesn't
clause
want to
in
play
there.
for their hometown team?
Yeah.
Right.
Who? Nobody. Nobody doesn't want to play.
Maybe
for their hometown
maybe Austin Matthews.
That's not gonna be an issue in a couple
Yeah.
of years.
Uh,
But like, why? I don't understand why.
I don't get, like, if Patrick Kane came out and said, yeah, it'd be super cool to end my career at the Buffalo Sabres, I'd be like, yeah,
Same
you know
with
what, that would be
Jonathan
super cool.
Tays in Winnipeg.
Yeah, Winnipeg.
I've always
That
worried
would
about
be
that.
And
super
everybody,
cool.
I feel like everybody here is like, okay, Tays and Kane probably might not retire, and they're
Yeah.
as a Blackhawk, and they might eventually move
As
on
much
to
as
those
I
hometown
want
teams.
them to,
I-
it would
I
be
could see it
great.
happening.
I don't see. See, they're either gonna retire a Hawk,
Right.
or they're gonna retire and they're
A Saber or
It's
a Jet.
different,
Yeah.
though, if he's like, yeah, I would love to in the next year or so
Yeah.
go off to Buffalo.
I'm
go off
ready to move
Winnipeg.
on and go home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That's really shitty. But because Johnny Hockey was like, at some point, it'd be cool. Like, you know that he's going to be like a 47-year-old midget out on the ice, and he's going to be like, I want to play one more shift, and I want to play with the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah.
1 game contract. Let me just go out there.
Yeah.
Put the jersey on.
Marty Brodeur down in St. Louis, even though he wasn't from St. Louis.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. You're on the right track.
But
Um,
so he
Right
came out-
idea.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
So he came out, he clarified, and he's like, and he pretty much said what we're saying. What NHL player wouldn't want to play for a hometown team?
Right.
Because I have friends, I have family, I have coaches, teachers.
He can buy his parents fucking season tickets, and they can
It's
come
like,
see him play
yeah,
for every
he's
home
like
game.
Every home
He's
game.
Yeah.
like, there are so many people growing up that got me to where I am that still support me to this day. So why would I not at some point?
He
wanna go
he
out?
So
said on
genuine.
yeah
And
Such a
everybody's
guy.
So mad.
yeah
So
he
mad.
said on the Spittin' Chicklets podcast that when he got drafted by Calgary, he didn't even expect to get drafted at all in
Yeah.
the
He
was at-
NHL.
he was at
He
a
was at a
game.
game, and
Yeah.
he jumped off the ice to talk to the Calgary GM. And when he got drafted, the first thing his mom said was, "Why Calgary? It's so far away. Like,
Yeah,
why
I
did you
think
get drafted by
The
them?"
funniest story was this: what Kevin Hayes was saying in that podcast was they're out at a bar. They played Boston College together. They're out for dinner or something, and he's like, "Oh, I got Johnny Hockey's like, I gotta go to a ATM and deposit this check." And they're like, "Well, I mean, how much is it for?" Like, yeah, we can stop by and do that. And he pulls it out, and it's a signing bonus from the Flames, which was like probably a couple $100,000.
I think they said it was like $900,000.
Like, and so he's like, yeah, and he's like, he thinks he's gonna go to an ATM at like 11 o'clock at night and just put it through like the little door.
Like, no, you can't do that. You got to go inside. And then his mom was calling him like, "Why didn't you put the check in yet?"
Kevin Hayes is like, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, hey, bud, I'm gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
You know, we'll make sure you
Yeah.
get this all taken care of. But no, he is such a genuinely good guy.
Yeah, and it sucks because like players just can't say anything.
No.
Like they literally can't say not like anything. It's not even negative. It's just you can't say anything. Like you have to be sheltered basically, or else something bad's gonna
It's
happen
worse
to
than
you.
Canadians.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it's really
absolutely.
quick
It's
'cause-
Which brings up Austin Matthews.
yeah.
Austin
What happened to him
Matthews.
last year?
Yeah,
during the World Junior.
Mm-hmm. He tweeted out after, I believe it was after USA had gotten to the championship.
No,
game.
No, it was after they
Or
beat
was it after
Canada.
they
this
won the
year.
whole thing?
This year they won.
They beat
So
Canada in the
he
shootout.
literally, all Austin Matthews did was tweet out 3 American flag emojis.
That was it.
That was it. And Toronto
Blew up.
I'll give you 2 responses.
was hit with a leaf blower.
No.
No,
shut up.
should I stop?
Here are 3.
There's something there.
Here are
Something is there.
3
I
tweets.
just can't
Winter
right now.
came, and the Leafs fell.
Oh, okay. Here are three.
You're at
That's.
all.
I mean,
like
that's
it.
that's decent.
No.
That's decent.
It's good because it's like a changing of the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Three tweets he got after that was, "Shut up, you play for the Leafs. I'm selling your jersey," and yeah, he's an American, but it's in poor taste to go about it the way he does, given his current situation.
How is that poor taste? Like we were talking about it before we started recording. Like, what is it poor taste that he's getting paid in American dollars?
Yeah.
Like, what? Come on. Like, he's American. Like, you should be happy he is at least, like, being happy for his home country.
This time, okay, this happened in January 5th of 2017, so this year. This time last year, I don't know if they were in it, but he was playing in this tournament.
Yeah.
For Team
Yeah.
USA.
Yeah.
Of course, he's got
buddies out
buddies
there.
on there.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And
It's
who in
just-
the right
it's
mind is
just-
not going to cheer for their own country.
right.
It's just Canadian fans being butthurt.
Yeah.
Absolutely butthurt that they didn't win their game, quote unquote, their game. Obviously, we have the state of hockey and Hockey Town. I don't see any of Canada having either of those. So,
No. I agree. But they do have
He's
that.
also kind of
America.
America.
Yeah.
also
Hashtag
kind of.
America.
Well, I guess Minnesota's okay, but right now Detroit, they're hockey town and they're
Yeah, but we have hockey.
hockey. Oh, I hate hockey.
Town.
I hate hockey. I hate when people
That's
say.
not nice.
I hate when people like, oh, Chicago Blackhawk, Chicago hockey. Like, I just.
The Bulls play bullsy, but the Hawks play
that
hockey.
bugs me. I don't know. It's in me. Like, there's no reason why it should bug me as much as it does.
I saw somebody tweet out when the Predators were in the finals. They said we're honky town instead of honky town. It was Hockney. Town or
That's
something. And I was like,
brutal.
well, you could have done something better than that. And then they came out with that stupid music video that
Yeah,
I wanted to
Smashville.
rip my eyes out. Smashville.
With
Yeah,
the
and I was like,
fame or
actually, the
something.
Hockney thing was not that bad.
You know
That
what?
wasn't
Just
that bad.
go ahead and tweet that one more time. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I was pulling for Nashville for a little bit, and then they came out with that music video, and I'm just like, no. Just kill
Well,
it.
and just hearing the stories from my sister about them on the
Yeah.
news, not knowing what the Stanley Cup
Yeah,
is
that
and
was
all
so-
that was just. Yeah, we don't have to get
We
into
don't have
that.
to talk about that. We can talk about it.
But anyway, Nashville.
New contract.
Honestly, that
8
was
years,
low
8
key,
million.
unreal transfer for us. That was awesome.
Was not even planned.
No, because I looked up and I go, "Oh fuck, Johansson, Nashville. That's what we're talking about next. Perfect." And
8
I blew
years,
it. By the
8
way,
million.
sorry.
Ryan Johansson. Do they win the cup? By the way, if he's healthy,
Oh, last year?
because
That's,
Oh, yeah.
That's
If he's
close.
healthy,
That's close.
I mean,
13
he
points.
was their pretty much their main source of their
That
offensive talent.
that Jofa line
Yeah.
was
That Jofa line-
tearing it up too.
then
And he had
couldn't
13
do
points in
anything.
14 games.
yeah.
Joe Feline was just destroying. Yeah,
It's hard to say that they win
If
it,
anything, then
but
it
it's
goes
hard
seven.
to it's
Oh, it
hard
goes
to
seven
say
for sure.
they don't win it. You know.
Yeah.
it would have been a full 7-game series for sure.
Yeah.
But
Interesting. Anyway, 8 years, 8 million for Ryan Johansson, and
not sure. Okay, so I'm not sure if Cat Friendly's all updated. No movement clause, no trade clause, none of that. No performance bonuses or signing bonuses. I'm not sure if that's just Cat Friendly not having all the details yet or not. But
no matter what, David
Still.
Poyle, the GM for the Nashville Predators, is a bloody genius.
So
Rocky,
just looking at he last year he played in all 82 games. Year before he missed 2 games, and that's
David
when he
Poyle or Ryan Johansson.
Poyo.
Good.
He missed 2 games, but that was when he got traded that year. Year before he played all 82. Year before he played all 82. And that's
Traded.
Oh,
runs
what
in
a
it.
shitty time to get hurt.
that's yeah, I know
What a
for real.
shitty time to get hurt.
14 goals,
Oh.
14 goals, 47 assists, 61 points last year, plus like you said, 13 points in 14 games in the playoffs. So I mean,
I think it's
he's top 1-2 center for them, and
he's the top center now.
Yeah.
100% the top center.
oh yeah, and I mean that's a great. Honestly, 8 mil sucks to sign, but it's a great deal.
Does it?
If you're there for 8 years, though, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
who knows where the
I
first
mean-
of all, who knows where the cap's going to be in a couple
Yeah.
of years?
and they're
Who
still
knows?
$5 million under
Right.
the
They
cap.
They signed all their RFAs. They only free agent that they technically have is Fisher, but he is more than likely going to retire. I know we talked about that last episode.
Mhm.
It's coming.
Yeah.
There's more. He's supposed to announce this week what he's doing. Yeah, $5 million still to work.
Okay,
with.
so I have right now all the transactions that Nashville has since the 1st of July. All right,
Jesus.
strap
Here we
in.
go.
You guys ready? Starting recent to latest. Ryan Johansson, 8 years, $64 million. Austin Watson, 3 years, $3.3 million. Victor Arvidsson, 7 years, $29.75 million.
Another great deal.
Great deal.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Marek
Arvidsson
Mazanik,
could be
goalie, 1 year, $650,000.
with the option to be RFA next season.
Pontus Aberg,
yep.
2 years, $1.3 million. Freddie Gaudreau, so good in the final.
Yeah, he was great.
So good in the final. 3 years, $2 million.
Still looking for that first career goal though.
Oh, God. I forgot about that.
Nick Bonino, 4 years, 16.4.
I forgot about that pickup. That's great.
Anders Lindback, goalie, 1 year, $650,000. Matthew O'Connor. Oh my God, Matthew O'Connor. That's the goalie who 2 years ago in the Frozen Four final game, Boston College let up that goal from center ice.
Oh.
That's him. That's him. So don't let up, all you young hockey players out there. Don't do something stupid and actually televised hockey game before you're drafted, or else that's all you're going to be known for.
Yeah. Trev.
Scott Hartnell, yeah. Scott Hartnell, 1 year, $1 million with
I
Nashville.
forgot that these.
That's a good deal though for $1 million.
He wasn't bad in Columbus.
No.
Alexei Yemelin, traded in Nashville for the Las Vegas 2019 third round pick. And Pierre Cedric Labrie, 1 year, $650,000. So, Emelin, Hartnell, Lindback, Bonino, Gaudreau, Aberg, Mazanik, Arvidsson, Watson, Johansson. 10, I count.
And they're still
10
almost
huge pickups.
and they're still like $5.5 million under this cap. They're
And the only player in the entire roster with a no movement clause, Pecorino.
Yeah.
That's it.
Emelin has a restricted one or modified.
So wait, was it no trade then? Not no movement, no trade.
He has no trade, but his is he has to submit 10 teams.
Okay.
But those are the only two.
The only thing is,
Unbelievable.
they signed all these guys. A lot of them were rookies this year, or not rookies, but like finally played a full
Guys
amount of
like
games.
Watson,
Well, like,
Arvidsson,
look
Aberg,
at their
Gaudreau.
ages.
Arvidsson,
24, 22, 27, 24, 29, 25, 25, 35, 21, 33, 24, 23, 23, 24, 28, 27, 27, 31,
And Johansson has been
26.
very hot and cold in his career.
Johansson's
but the
only
thing is,
24.
Yes, I
the
know.
thing is,
That blew my
can
mind.
all these rookie guys can they do what they did last year?
Yeah.
That's the question.
If they did it once, they could do it again. But
That
those
doesn't
rookies-
that's not necessarily true.
I think so.
I mean, it
I
can
think-
be,
I feel
but
like once
at the
you-
same time, how
once
many
they-
players
once
have
get
you
the
seen in
taste of it,
sophomore
like,
slump?
Once you get to that Stanley Cup final and you're like,
Here's
we
yeah,
were on our
here's the
home
thing.
ice and we lost. I have to get back there.
Yeah, but that
It's
doesn't
not-
mean that they don't go through a slump and they just can't.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
players
not at
go
all.
through things that where they want it, they really want it, but they just can't. They can't put it home.
I don't doubt that at all.
You know?
I think it might not be this year that they get back there, but I think within the next few years.
I think
They're
they're
gonna
going
be
to
back in the
be
final.
top 3 in the division this year.
Yeah.
I think so too. I
And
mean,
you know what? It all depends on Pecorino too. If Pecorino wants to play like playoff Pecorino or the past 2 regular seasons Pecorino.
we can't
What?
forget that they have PK Subban,
They're-
Roman Yossi,
Ryan Ellis.
Ryan Ellis as their top 3
Oh
D.
my God, they're so good.
I'm
And $5.5 million if it looks like they're
They- if
struggling.
they need a
Boom,
move,
that's
yeah.
a solid
Yeah.
veteran to come in and be like, okay, guys.
For real though.
He's a
Yeah.
Western Conference team.
So
And
he
is
went
it
to
really,
Dallas.
though? Is it really? I mean,
That's pretty much as east as you can
Yeah.
get in Western
Yeah,
Conference.
that's fair.
I mean, looking at it like Nashville, if they didn't get better, they at least stayed the same and they went to the
They
final.
didn't get worse.
They did not get
They did
any
not get
worse
worse.
at all. Dallas, 100% got better.
that
Hawks?
I'm still iffy on that Ben Bishop trade though.
No, I'm not.
I'm
not.
still iffy. Ben
I'm not
Bishop
worried.
is so. He was very, very bad last year. Very
I know.
bad and very injury prone. Always.
I think
Not
they're.
just last year, just always.
I think they're set up to score a bunch of goals this year too.
Oh yeah.
So,
even if he is,
I think it's gonna help that Patrick Sharp is not in that lineup.
yes, absolutely.
so
And Radulov is. I think that's gonna be huge. And then Winnipeg
Winnipeg got
did
better.
not get any worse.
No, I think they got better. I know.
I think
people
so,
are
too.
Like, the Mason, he hasn't proven. You know what? What he's proven in the past couple years is still better than what they've had.
So I mean, it's gonna be for the Hawks. I think it might be rough because I can't say the Hawks got better. You might say they got a little worse.
The Hawks, if we're gonna go back to the old playoff system, I'm gonna say that the Hawks are like a 6 or 7.
I think
6
the
or
Hawks are a
7
wild
spot.
card team for sure. I think
First wild card team.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Nashville, Minnesota, St. Louis, top 3.
Not Minnesota. I don't know about Minnesota.
I think
They always do it though. Fucking Bruce Boudreau, man. They do the Bruce
He went
Boudreau.
on record today and he said, with our top 9 forwards, I think we're one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
And that's with Tyler Ennis and
I don't
Marcus
argue,
Foligno.
I don't argue Minnesota at all. It's because once it's playoffs is a different story. Regular season, they'll get there. They'll do what they need to do. I don't think they'll be as good as good as they were last season. I think that was a little bit of a fluke, but I mean I don't think that they're going to be bad. I think it's going to be all. Actually, never mind. I was going to say I think both wild cards could come out of the Central, but the Pacific is finally getting good.
The Pacific.
Specifically
Pacific
good.
is very
Yeah.
specifically good.
Yeah.
Anaheim, Calgary,
Colorado will still be in the
Edmonton,
bottom.
San Jose, Colorado and Vegas are going to fight for worst team. And
Colorado's going to win that war because Joe Sakic is awful as a general manager.
But he was a really good player.
He's a great player. Absolutely.
Really good.
Absolutely. That's why I'm very concerned with the amount of, although I guess in the 80s, like there were a lot of good hockey players that are now like in the front office and stuff like that. But I feel like it's being pushed a little too hard that because you were such a great hockey player, you're going to be great in the front office. It's not
Well, I
true.
mean, it kind of goes with Wayne Gretzky as a coach.
Yeah, Gretzky as a coach did not work out at all.
Every time I think of Wayne Gretzky as a coach, I always think of the quote from Mystery Alaska, where they asked BB to be the coach, and then his wife's like, a lot of players turn coach, and he goes, yeah, because they couldn't play. And I'm like, you know what? That's so true. Like all the players that like weren't great turn into great coaches, and all the guys that were great players try to be coach aren't that
I
good.
don't even think, did Scotty Bowman have an NHL career?
No, we looked that up.
Yeah, we looked that up.
No. I mean,
John Madden's turned into a good coach, and he was a third, fourth line guy.
Yeah.
And-
He grinded it out.
Yeah, very good.
Grounded it in.
I guess you could say Scott Stevens, assistant coach. He was obviously.
What is he?
Player.
Minnesota now?
No, he quit. I think he quit to go back to spend more time with his family.
Oh,
he
really?
was Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
and was
and then-
was he part of that co-coach thing in New Jersey? It was
Yeah.
Him and Oates or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that.
Adam Oates didn't. He was a big time player. It didn't really go well.
No.
But Steve Yzerman in Tampa, he's doing well.
He's doing great.
He's doing great moves.
He's doing great.
Unreal
And I
moves.
think Rob Blake is going to be great with
Luke Robitaille.
LA.
with LA.
Yeah.
Luke Robitaille's been in there for
Ray
forever.
Childrun in that.
Yeah.
Doug Wilson in San Jose.
Oh, Dougie Wilson.
He's doing well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's literally hit or miss, obviously.
Yeah. But I mean, it is unfortunate. Like, if you're a fan of Colorado and you see, oh my God, Joe Sakic is now our general manager, like you get excited.
You
Yeah.
absolutely
Joe
loved
Sakic,
him.
you
Imagine
get-
and
Eddie
then-
Walls, our
You
coach.
get yoked for
Like,
that. Yeah. You get real excited for that.
So
and
it's
then it
like
just
you
goes
go
to
from loving him
flames.
to being like, oh.
It's like just what happened though too, because it's like they essentially had the same team from that one year.
That was
they-
such a fluke year, though.
it's
Like
just-
you
but,
can
like,
tell it
on
was a
paper,
fluke
when you look
year.
at their team, I don't think
That was like
they're-
Florida
they
last
should
or
not
2
be
years
that bad.
ago.
They should not be as bad as they are.
You could tell that everybody there is just not happy. Like Duchesne doesn't want to be there. Why hasn't he been traded yet? Like,
I have no idea.
Like,
He
they
was
just-
supposed to be traded
nothing-
before the deadline.
yeah, everything about them just butts heads.
Yeah.
Butt heads. Yeah,
Butts heads.
butts heads.
Yeah.
Butt heads. Because they picked up Neil Yakubov, butt head.
Oh my God, that's like, see that right there. That's why they're bad.
Yeah.
That's why they're bad. They picked up Nail Yakupov.
watch him go and have the best season of his career.
Yeah,
No, watch him get
20 goal
sent down to
scorer.
the mic.
Sick.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't see that going very well for Colorado unless they make a pretty decent switch. Also, not signing a coach until literally days before training camp last year.
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah,
asking
that's
for
rough.
failure.
What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
come on, figure it out. Speaking of asking for failure, let's go to Hockey Canada. I'm all about the transitions today here, boys.
Yeah. Feeling it. Feeling the flow.
I'm gonna go ahead and rifle through the roster that they
Okay.
submitted here.
So
you
this
go ahead
roster-
and describe what the
this
roster is.
roster is Hockey Canada and Russia are doing 2 pre-Olympic tournaments. I think they're in the next couple. I don't know if they're weeks or months or whatever.
So they're doing like what the Soviets used to do, kind of.
Basically.
Okay, like
So,
Summit Series
yeah,
type
there's
thing.
like ones like the Sochi Cup, and then there's something else. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, speaking of
Tournament of
Sochi,
Nikolai Puchkov
Yes.
and the Sochi Hockey Open.
speaking of Sochi, there's a sick picture at the sports show today
Yeah.
of Oshie about to go in on, I think it was Bob in the Sochi Olympics in the shootout.
shootout?
Oh my god, it was so cool.
Yeah.
It
Was
was
it signed?
awesome. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was a beauty.
beautiful. Did
So-
Bob sign it?
No.
So they're doing this tournament, and so it's kind of, since they have no idea what's going on with NHL participation, they're using this as kind of like a tryout
Mhm.
for Hockey Canada.
So here's the roster. Virtually, what this is saying from Hockey Canada is this is what we want going into the Olympics. That's what it's saying to me, at least. Here we go.
So Team Canada is playing Team Russia, and over half of Team Canada is from the KHL.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Here we go.
Okay.
Justin Azevedo, Gilbert Brule, Brandon Buck, Kevin Clark, Andrew Ebbett, Bud Holloway, which sounds like a 1920s baseball player to me. Rob Klinkhammer, get your Klinkhammer here. Brandon Cozen, Ben Maxwell, Brandon McMillan, Eric Odell, Daniel Paye, Mason Raymond, Greg Scott, Max Talbot,
Max Talbot with
Jesse-
2 Genos to win the cup.
Jesse Blacker, Che Genoway. Oh, that's Jeff.
Jeff?
I always get hooked on
Hooked.
Jeff when it's Geoff, not Jeff. Sorry.
That's Hefe, man.
Yeah. Jeff Kinraid, Patrick McNeil, Maxim Nouro, Jonathan Sigale, Carl Stollery, and the goaltenders are Justin Peters and Kevin Poulin. That's 8 players that I personally know myself. I'm not sure if you guys know more than I do.
No, I was gonna say.
But holy shit.
When I saw Clean Camera on the list, I rewatched Blue Mountain State recently, and when Alex Moran was like got named first string, and he's at practice, and they're like, "Oh yeah, first string is like that," and they're like, "Oh shit, that's me now." And without there, like, it's like Clean Camera gets the call, like, "Dude, Team Canada."
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh shit, no way, it shows my time to shine."
That's an awful roster. That's a terrible roster.
Team USA is going to come up and win, baby. Ryan Whitney, for sure, on Team USA. Let's go.
And they offered, and Hockey
Not
Canada
a big deal.
also offered Mike Fisher a spot,
Oh, yes, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. I forgot about
and Shane Doan.
Yeah.
And-
Fuck it.
Well,
Might as well
you-
go for a Gimlet, too.
Yeah,
Yo,
fuck
give him
it.
a
Was it
radar
good? Yeah?
too. Yeah,
Okay.
all like
Patrick Marlowe?
Yeah.
No, he's actually still on the show right now.
The head coach is Willie Desjardins, the failed Vancouver Canucks coach, who was a disaster. Anywho, wow.
Does this? I mean, once NHL said that they weren't going to the Olympics, I mean, did you have any kind of like, oh, you know, it could still be good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did this kill it at all?
You know, like this, like watching this list, I'm like, I don't want to watch.
What does it kill it, or is it like NHL's like, hey, throw it at Team Canada because you would have the most stars, and everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? And then NHL's gonna be like, maybe we'll throw a team out there.
Yeah, that's another question. Like, if this is Team Canada's list,
What's everybody else gonna
what
be?
the hell is
Yeah.
like USA gonna look like?
Honestly, Slovenia
What is-
might walk away with it.
Slovenia,
Slovenia,
Russia.
Russia.
Nah, yeah, Russia, I
think-
guess,
I think
yeah.
all the
Because I mean, they
European
still
games
have,
on
yeah,
this
they
spot.
still have a lot of guys from the K,
It's
like
still-
even on their
yeah.
Olympic team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be all the European countries
Sweden.
finally be like, you know what?
Slovenia and
Yeah.
Czech.
Yeah.
Think Hossa comes back?
Germany might actually have a chance.
Oh,
Think
if
Hossa
Hossa
plays?
I'm
Could
gonna
you
be upset.
imagine?
That'll.
I think that would fuck the
Hawks.
Hawks.
I'm gonna be.
He wouldn't
pissed.
be able to.
That'll be some serious issues for the
I guess he
Yeah,
still has a contract
absolutely.
with the NHL, so he wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
I would be furious if he went. And
So if
played for
Shane
them.
Doan signs somewhere, he
Yeah. Once you sign, you can't
What's
play.
your
Yeah,
son
so,
done?
huh.
Yeah.
So are these players like Shane Doan again? They're just gonna wait till the playoff run,
Yeah.
play the
Sign a
Olympics,
contract?
and then sign a
Yeah.
contract for the playoffs.
nah, they'd rather win a cup
No.
because neither of them have Cubs.
Yeah.
No.
They're not fucking.
And I was thinking, I was like, okay, let's go back to 1980, bring back the college kids. Can't do that because World Juniors.
That's World
Mhm.
Junior, yeah.
Right? It's literally a month before that. It's World Juniors.
Yeah.
This could be bad.
Let's get CHA players out there.
Honestly, I'm gonna throw my name out.
I'll
Can we just
throw
make
him on. I'll
I've
tie
I've
him
been to
up.
Europe
Can
before.
we just make? Oh god damn it! Can we just make beer league Olympics? Like the beer league hockey players go out there and just.
That's got to be a thing already.
Yeah, I don't think we'd have a shot at it.
Says who?
Benford might.
Yeah.
But just- we
put up
Oh,
14
boy.
goals.
we for you guys
Fucking
who are keeping
highlight
track out
of the
there.
night, though. By the way,
Oh, God,
BT
yes.
Dubs, my Gino. Come on.
Oh yes, yeah.
I thought you were talking about his sick 5-hole.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna talk about how I had an off day. If you guys are keeping track out there, our men's league team lost our first game a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago,
And then we bounced back.
and then we bounced back this week with 7 goals before
6 minutes.
the halfway point of the first period even happened. So the Benders are back in full form.
Solid 7-1.
Yeah.
Not
So,
a big deal.
Strap in because it's about to get to playoff time. Moving on from Hockey Canada, we have Tree.
One more quick thing about the Olympic talk.
Yeah, you
We're
shut
not
the
gonna,
fuck
we're
up.
not going to move on yet.
Hold on. But like I said, we talked about this earlier, and I was looking for it. USA hockey officials still feel that they are going to medal in this Olympic, even without.
Oh my
NHL players.
God.
Who are they gonna have?
They
It's just, I don't know.
they can't medal with NHL players.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did the World Cup of hockey go?
Yeah. How did the Olympics go the year before?
If they do, they better get.
If they go to a shootout, how pissed is TJ Oshie? How pissed is he? Like, dude, I can fucking do this.
If they get to a shootout, how pissed is like the whole world gonna be? Though?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
NHL's fucking up big.
Oh,
Speaking of that, like shootout, do you think NHL should move to that? You
What?
put 3, and then after those 3, anybody can
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Or do you think it should stay where
No.
you can't?
Wait a minute.
Repeat?
Are you talking about just the shootout, or are you talking about overtime going a certain amount and then heading into the shootout? Like
No, like if
the
Okay.
the rules don't stay, like they stay the same right now to where it's 5 and
I
then a
was gonna
shootout.
backhand you, but we're good.
No, like it's not like I want the shootout. It's just like if it
I
stays
get
this
you.
way.
Yeah.
I
No,
Do they
I
think
like
they should
that a
go
lot.
back?
I like
think
that a lot
I
because
think that's a good.
that showcases the guys who are really, really good.
And plus, play the hot hand.
You know? Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
One player might have the goalie's number.
It's kind of cool though. Sometimes seeing the random guys go out there. Like I cannot think of his name. I know you're gonna know it. The Rangers guy who went between the legs.
Merrick Malik.
Yes, I knew you would know it.
That was hysterical.
Yeah.
That was
So I
great.
mean,
And
you
then,
don't have
know,
moments like that though.
Yeah, Brian Bickle in his last shootout attempt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
But no, I would love to see that. Kane, Taves, blank.
Plus,
and then,
is there a more exciting shootout than that Team Canada, Team USA, with Taves going 8 times in the World Juniors and Price being in net and
Or this year in the World Junior,
Well,
where
yeah, that
Terry
one, yeah.
went like
Yeah.
3 times.
that one too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just more. I think that's more entertaining.
It's pretty
Like,
cool seeing the same goalie going against the same player and seeing if the
And then
goalie
that-
can finally stop him or if the guy can
Right.
finally score on him.
Right.
Like, because even in that, I went back and rewatched that shootout, the Oshie in Sochi, and after their 3, it was against Russia. It went Datsyuk Kovalchuk, and they were both just unreal too.
Yeah.
And then finally, one of them missed,
Yeah.
and then Oshie finally, kept scoring.
yeah.
Yeah.
They threw Oshie out like 3 straight times, didn't they?
It was 3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he went 4 for 5, so he went 4 straight times, and he missed I think he missed the 3rd, and then he hit the 4th
I think it's
or
funny
the
that
5th. I mean,
Russia went, okay, Datsuk, you take this one. All right, Kobe, you take the next one. That's you can take the next one.
US is
And
just like,
literally, USA was
Oshie.
just like, Oshie, just stay on the ice. Don't even
Hey,
get on the
all
bench.
you guys
We'll just
fucking
throw
sit
water
down.
at you."
Everybody
Yeah.
sit the fuck down. Oshie's
If I was
going.
if I was the guys on that team on USA Hockey, I would have been like, okay, we're going to the locker room. We'll watch it in there.
Kaner was probably like, I think
Have
I
you
could
seen my
probably
moves?
help." Yeah. That's too funny.
And the whole overtime, Oshie's just like, so there's a shootout, right?
How about that one
Article?
that one article?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
like the St. Louis Blues better hide TJ Oshie in the
In the playoffs.
in the playoffs. Hide him in the locker room when it goes to overtime.
So we're going to shootout, yeah. When's the shootout coming?
All of our St. Louis Blues are like, okay, we have to go to overtime in the playoffs. We've got to win within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure it doesn't even question it.
Yeah, that was great.
All right, guys, let's get to riding pine.
You're riding the pine pony, pal.
Was going higher better for you, or was it just as bad?
That was probably worse.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
Okay, I want it again. That's
Yeah.
fine. That was a legitimate question.
This was a legitimate answer.
Our first writing pine question. This comes from
Brent Holdhands.
Brent Holdhands, who currently is the most valuable free agent out there. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys...
Not Holland. He's not the most valuable. He's asking who.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a list, and I want you guys to tell me. All right, Jaromir Jagr, Jarom McGinley, Shane Doan, Mike Fisher, Thomas Vanek, Drew Stafford, Cody Franson, Brian Giunta, Daniel Winnick. Andrei Markov is number 1 on this list, but he just went back to the K.
Did he really?
Yeah. First time in, 17 years he's not going to be in Montreal.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't know he signed in the K.
Yeah.
All these guys are
He wouldn't be the top.
30s
Anyway.
and 40s.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Thomas Vanek, just because he has the potential to get back to what he once was.
He had a great season last year.
He did. He played well in
17 goals,
Minnesota.
31 assists.
Most of that happened
Wait,
in the
was
first
he-
half, if I recall, though.
Where was he last year? Detroit or
He was
Minnesota?
Detroit, and he went to
Yeah,
Florida. he
then
got
he got
traded to Florida.
traded.
At the deadline.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Because Florida thought, we can still turn this around. And Thomas Vanek's
Yeah.
going to be that guy.
I feel like Drew Stafford could be
That
low
one
key
is
a
kind
big
of like the
big
the
pickup.
dark horse
Yeah.
for me in that list.
He played when he got traded to Boston. He played. I mean, it's hard to transition, obviously, but he played pretty well in Boston when he went there. He scored a couple big goals for them in the playoffs, and he's always a big guy in Winnipeg. He was one of their top guys. So I feel like that could I would say that for me he might be the top.
So I went Vanek, you went
Stafford.
I'm going
Jarom.
to go Jagr.
Jagr.
Just not because, I don't think he's going to be able to do what he's been doing. But
More of a
I
locker
think-
room presence.
Yeah, you bring in somebody who...
He's always happy.
He's just work ethic.
Yeah.
You bring him into a young team, and just tries to
Show the kids how it's
pass
done.
pass that work ethic. Work ethic to this
Business ethics.
And I think that's like one thing that, players now they work their ass off, but Jagr's just a different level.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hayes is also a free agent. I think that would be a
Is he a UFA?
yeah, that would be a good pickup. And yeah, I mean that's not like a huge one, but I think Loki
I guess that's what
he
I
could be
get for
another one.
Looking at a list that's on CBS Sports.
Yeah, I'm just on cap friendly, and it has like the
So
top
am I
100.
too. I'm trying to see if there's any goalies really, but I
No,
think everybody's
there's
pretty
not.
much signed. There's 12 free agent goalies right now.
No shit.
Biggest name that I see on it's Matt Hackett.
Jeff Hackett's nephew.
Nephew.
Yeah. Top 10 chirps I've ever heard of all time. It was a game we were playing the Blues. It was the year that we won the cup in 2010. Yemi was in net, and he was just getting lit up. And I'm sitting in the 300 level, and this guy, 2 sections over, stands up and goes, "Will somebody please dust off Jeff fucking Hackett and put him in net?" And I was like, yes. Yes. Good for that man.
Roman Polak.
Yeah. Yeah, but he destroyed his leg last year in Toronto.
He almost.
So that's a
Yeah.
that's
You know what kills me
a
though?
hit or miss.
If Roosevelt can still get a contract, what he did, I mean, it was almost the same. I think Polak can get something.
I don't know Roman Polak.
rather
Actually,
have
honestly, they
Polak was like,
basically
his return.
both fell and just destroyed
I'd
themselves.
rather have Polak over Roosevelt.
Oh, God,
any day of
yeah.
the week, though.
Polak's only 31.
The only thing that I really remember Roman Polak for is when Marty Turco opened that door and Polak fell through it.
He also has one of the manliest beards.
That's true.
It's just
That's
dark
true.
and thick, and it's just a man's beard.
Yeah. He's chopping down trees with that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking full lumberjack.
Yeah. So is that what you're sticking with?
I'm still with the
Yager?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the list and kind of seeing some of the names.
All right, so we're going to move on then. Question numero dos. What are realistic expectations? What are your realistic expectations? Realistic expectations for Patrick Sharp. This one coming in from
Sean Grady.
Yeah, Sean Grady.
Well, if you ask my dad, it's 30 goals.
Yes. let's go through that story real quick.
We did
We did.
already. So thanks for being here the whole time, folks. Fuck, have another one, bud.
Oh man, you're just having a rough couple
A
shows.
rough couple shows.
You're having
Yeah.
a rough life,
I tell
honestly.
Honest to God, there are so many times when I listen to these shows after we post them, and I'm like, when the hell did we talk about this? I don't remember.
Apparently that happened right now.
Yeah. I don't remember about talking about half of the things that we talked about.
Okay.
Honest to God.
I'm glad you're a part of it.
I need to
And
start
he's
like
our
logging
quote-unquote
everything.
host.
Yeah, right.
I need to start logging everything. Like, just
Take
write
pictures.
it all down. Yeah. This is what we talked about.
Yeah.
Sharp. This is what we talked about. Very good. So, is that an actual expectation for Sharp?
30 goals?
I think that's asking for a lot. I was hoping more like 15.
I was hoping for 10,
15.
No,
maybe
15.
45 points.
30
Yeah.
points, 10
Yeah.
goals, 30 points.
No, I'd say 15 goals, about
I'm not-
40 points.
I'm not
Yeah.
expecting much.
I'm not
Well,
expecting much either.
I expect he's gonna be on the power play, so I mean
Well,
that'll
and it
help
also all
him.
depends on where he ends up in the lineup. If he's going to be a third line player or if he's going to be a second line player.
He should be, I believe he should be third line.
If we picked him up just to be a third line player, what the fuck was the
What's
point?
what's the point?
What is the
He
point?
like I think I talked about it last episode. He's gonna play with Kane at some point. Him and Kane are gonna be together, just because they have that chemistry. They love playing
Do
together.
you think it's
And
going to be like one of those like, all right, last 5 minutes of the game we're down by 2, boys get out there.
No.
no, I feel like eventually at some point when one of them gets slow, like how when things aren't turning right for Taze and Kane, they Quinville always puts them together. Like
I don't
it's
think
gonna be like a Kane Sharp thing.
He should start on the third line, and if need be, move him up to the other line and get it going. I believe he should take he play third line, but then he should take Host's role. I'm on the power play. I don't know about penalty kill, but I mean, he should take Host's role. In the
I think our
special
penalty.
teams.
Isn't that
I think the
whole
penalty
reason we
kill
got
is fucked.
Brandon Saad though is to take over for Marion Hosen.
No.
Kind of
Yeah.
for the,
That's literally like that's how I read that situation. Is that's the whole reason we got Brandon Saad.
Yeah, but now without Hossa, is he kind of trying to take in Panarin a little bit?
With Saad, I thought that's why.
no,
they had
he's
Schmaltz
more
on that
Hossa
line.
because Penner never played with Taves.
No, I thought that's
Hossa.
why they had Schmaltz on that Kane and Niesmith line.
I was, oh man, I would have loved to see Hossa, Saad, and Taze again.
Yeah, that was unreal.
I tell you, one of the guys that was like a huge hit at the Hawks convention was John Hayden.
Yeah, he was all over the place.
He was all over the place.
Yeah, they
I
really-
don't know if they were just hurting for people to do things, and he was just like, "Yeah, I don't give a shit, let's go," or what.
Yeah, they posted a ton of pictures about him, and
A ton of them.
they're all about.
That
him.
was interesting. I wonder
interest-
where he's
yeah.
gonna fit in next
I'm
year.
interested
Yeah, I
to
don't
see
know.
how they work in these young guys, especially with Q's
With
history.
Q, yeah.
Yeah,
not
of
He's
young
not gonna be
guys.
happy about it.
when pretty much the entire roster is going to be young.
Yeah.
So let's hit that final, most important question.
This is from
in
Grady
Riding
again.
Pine. Yeah, I don't have the whole question
All
in
right.
front of me. You can read it.
Could God microwave a burrito so hot that even himself could not eat it? And I mean, if we're talking
Now,
the temple,
Phil can eat anything.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
got any issue there.
Now I think
He skates so fast that
The
his
guy
mouth will
ate
cool down.
freaking Chipotle before the fastest skating contest and beat Tyler Sagan.
Jesus, that was
he
hysterical.
Is good to go.
Now I think we need to put it up for debate. Are a burrito and a hot pocket on the same scale?
No.
No.
Because
Hot
let's
Pockets you can never.
Hot Pockets, the ends get steaming hot and the middle gets fucking
right,
frozen
but
still.
that's what I'm talking about. That very first bite out of that hot pocket.
No.
That'll send you to the depths of hell and right back again.
No, is you take the bite of the Hot Pocket, like, oh, it's hot, and we go right to the middle, and cool it off.
Yeah. And you can just open a hot pot, like take a corner out, open the hot pocket, and blow it, and it cools down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Burrito, you kind of gotta go all.
You
for it.
gotta go, yeah. There's so much in there.
I've never had good experience with hot pockets, so
No.
I don't think anybody has.
No.
that's true.
Pre, post, or pre, during, or post. No,
Yeah.
Never good.
I mean, once you throw it in the microwave, you're like, all right, this might end well.
You always get the high expectations.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
This time.
This
I'm
is
not
the
gonna do
one.
it.
This is the one.
It's that, you know what, the one that gets me all the time is that ham and cheese one.
No, you gotta go the taco one.
Oh Jesus!
That's the only one
That's
I go
the
for.
hell out of me.
There's like, it's like a Philly cheesesteak one is really.
What is wrong with you guys? You guys
No,
are living
there's actually-
dangerously.
There's
Yeah.
one that's like turkey, bacon, and it's in a pretzel.
I've
Hot
had that
Pocket.
one.
That one is.
They have
it is
pretzel
good.
hot
Yeah,
pockets.
yeah. You cook it right. and
It's actually
amazing.
very, very good.
Yeah.
But I burned my mouth on the first bite.
and then did you,
it was
like,
all-
Lose a tooth when you got to the middle on some frozen bacon.
I do have a crown pudding now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So yeah, Grady. We don't think that Kessel has any problem eating any burritos,
No.
and be careful with your first bite of a hot pocket. I think that just about sums up that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's God. As hot as he makes it, he can just be
Wow.
like, nah.
Okay, hang on. Let me one up you.
Nah.
What about a demigod?
Hosa?
Hosa.
Well, I mean, he can't even control his own skin.
Yeah. The legend of Kosa kind of died a little bit
Yeah.
with
All
with
right.
the allergy.
You had to do that to me, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks guys for turning in and tuning
Turning in?
Yeah, tuning in. I'm gonna turn up here as soon as this is done.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm
Turn
gonna
up
go-
in the sack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. That's
You're
what I'm
gonna
gonna
go
do.
to sleep with two pups.
Just one.
Just one.
Stanley doesn't sleep with me.
You sleeping in the cage?
No, he sleeps with my mom and dad.
Get the fuck out
I
of
swear
here.
to God.
You guys are nuts.
Yeah.
Is Tasia sleep in your bed?
No, Taser sleeps upstairs with my mom.
In the bed?
I don't in the bed.
Yeah.
But
Stanley doesn't go on the bed for very long. He'll be on there for maybe
He's
For a little
20
bit, and then
for-
once they start
yeah,
to fall
just a
asleep.
little bit.
Okay.
My mom's
gets
bed's
too
kind of
hot up
high.
there is what
it
Taser's
is.
got hip issues now, so it's a little harder for him to get up there. But he's got his own little bed.
He didn't have any
situation up
issues
there.
running after me. That's
Oh god, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I missed it.
Post walked in and he got right up to him. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe. And Post went to go pet. And just
I didn't go to pet him. I gave him my hand like just to kind of sniff me out, and he barked at me, and I was like, yeah.
it wasn't. It was like an attempt to bite, but the way how close they were, and him barking, I was like, oh, okay, back up.
How is your little baby Maple?
She's doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing all right.
Still gotta meet her.
Yep. Yeah, she's having a ball.
Yeah.
Brought her out to a local tavern today. Just
Girl at the park.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought her back there, and
She's gonna be a hit there.
oh god, yeah, she already is. Every time I bring her there, yeah. We tied her to the fence instead of the table. She kept walking in and out of the fence, so people would leave and she'd chase them. She actually wouldn't come back in. She would go out after them and then sit there and bark at me because she couldn't figure out how to come back in. I'm like, you just fucking went out. Like, it's the same thing coming back. So I literally pulled like her leash so she would realize she can come back through.
So you're gonna have to wait a little while until she gets bigger to do that again.
No, that's fine. I mean, she's not running anywhere. But she would literally run as far as she could with the leash and just do circles just to see how far she could go.
Figure out what her diameter is.
Yeah, she was pissed because I didn't feed her before we left. so she was just all over the place like, I need food.
Yeah. Oh, she's a cutie pie. She's a cutie pie. All right. That just about does it for us. I'm going to fall asleep in the next 10 minutes. So,
You got a long drive
That's
home, bud.
cool.
Yeah.
15,
Yeah.
20-minute drive.
it's all right. I'm going to hit like a 5-hour energy and then go home.
No.
I don't know how that math works out.
Maybe bring
It
a
does.
beer.
It does. Yeah.
Road soda. That'll keep you
No,
up.
I don't think so. That'll put me to sleep. I think it's just a single shot of tequila might go ahead and let me wake up.
Okay. We're going to stop
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
about that.
All right.
Yeah.
We don't
totally.
condone drinking and driving?
No, not at all. I was gonna have it
As long as you,
at my house.
as long as you pull over, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. This was episode 15 of the
Ruutu.
The Ruutu.
Yeah, the Ruutu of the Windy City Bender podcast. So long from Poetzy, Nolly,
Bye, guys.
and Jarom.
Thanks a lot. I love you so much. Oh.
Follow the guys on Twitter at WCBP, on Instagram, WCBPodcast, and like them on Facebook, the Windy City Benders Podcast. The Windy City Benders Podcast.